This is a review of the Edimax wireless AC1200 dual band USB 3.0 adapter. Inside of the box you'll find the software driver disk, the wireless Wi-Fi adapter. Here you can see its size compared to an American quarter. We weighed it at 3/4 of an ounce, and also a quick instruction guide. As you look at this Wi-Fi adapter, you'll notice at the end of it here is a USB connector. This is designed to work with USB 3.0. USB 3.0 is 10 times faster than USB 2.0, so it allows you to get higher broadcast speeds. In addition, there's a pop-up antenna which enhances its range and capability. And on the side of the device here is a WPS button, which is a Wi-Fi protected setup button. This helps you can quickly push this button and pair with many modern wireless Wi-Fi systems, and basically a one-step process. This device has a dual band capability. It can transmit at 2.4 gigahertz to up to 300 megabits per second, or it can transmit on 5 gigahertz for up to 867 megabits per second. I typically use 2.4 gigahertz on many applications because I found that the higher range has a limited range in which it can be broadcast and has difficulty going through walls. If you're very close to your Wi-Fi setup and you got a strong signal, the 5 gigahertz is very helpful, especially if you're streaming movies. The system also has the capability to use 64 and 128-bit WEP, WPA, or WP2 security. For your Wi-Fi system, I always recommend people use WPA2 security. It's the most secure method and prevents people from hacking into your network. This is the ideal product to add Wi-Fi to any computer. It's specifically designed obviously for portable devices like laptops, but I'm actually going to do my testing on a tower computer that has everything on it except for a wireless system, because I use always wired connections. It has a USB 3.0 port, so I can check the speed and use both bands. It's recommended if you're going to install this on a computer that does have an existing Wi-Fi. You might ask why you would do that. If you're trying to add the 5 gigahertz bandwidth, that's a good reason. You should always disable the first Wi-Fi before you install this one. You should note that this device is compatible with USB 2.0 and 3.0 ports. I'm going to plug this into a USB 3.0 port. Before I do, I'm going to lift up the antenna. You can notice it's quite close, so it's just much easier to do before you insert it. And I stuck it in the computer, and you heard it make a noise, and it's installing the software drivers. I completed my test and I got very good results. Installation was simple and easy. I plugged the Wi-Fi stick adapter into my USB 3.0 port. At that point then I was notified that it didn't have drivers. I put the disk in, activated it. It went through the installation process, and I had to restart my computer. Worked fine. I'll show that step-by-step process in my video review. When I plugged in the device, my computer said it didn't have the right drivers available on Windows Professional 7. I then stuck in the CD disk and clicked on it, and this screen popped up and welcomed me to install the drivers. When you see this next screen, just click on Install Drivers. The setup wizard will quickly start. You then have to click Next to begin the installation process. Just be patient and it quickly installs. You are then asked to restart your computer to finish the installation. After your computer reboots, you'll see the 4 or 5 bars on the lower right hand side of the screen that indicate that the Wi-Fi has been installed, and it indicates the signal strength. I then clicked on the bars, selected my SSID name, clicked Connect, and entered my password for my security protection, and I was connected immediately. I then did a speed test using the Wi-Fi and got 20.71 megabits per second download speed. Then I did a 5.48 upload speed with a Wi-Fi. This is very fast. Using a wired 1 gigabit speed network, I achieved a 23.83 megabit download and a 5.46 megabit per second upload. This means that the Wi-Fi was essentially the same speed as the wired connection, which is an excellent result. I ran test results on the 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth. I was unable to run them on the 5 gigahertz because I was using a large tower computer, and frankly, I was out of range of my 5 gigahertz transmitter. That's one of the problems with 5 gigahertz is it doesn't shoot through a lot of walls, and I have a large home and it doesn't reach far enough. The test results on the 2.4 gigahertz were spectacular. The download speed and the upload speed were virtually identical compared to the wired internet backbone, which is a 1 gigabit backbone. As a result, I couldn't tell really any difference. The errors were within what I would call standard accepted measuring practice because of the loads on the servers that I was using to test. This is an excellent product. I rated it 5 stars. This review was done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I promise to give a fair and honest review.